At the time, Jada was still freshly removed from her traumatic childhood and rough neighborhood, while Tupac was still an innocent, bright-eyed kid who enjoyed studying, acting, poetry, and ballet. As time went on, their roles reversed, with Jada explaining how she was coming out of this life and he was going more into the life. By the early 90s, Tupac left the East Coast for the West Coast with aspirations of becoming a rapper. As his career was beginning to take off, so was Jada's. We were always trying to look for opportunities to work together. It was because of Pac that I got Menace to Society, and we were always looking out for each other like that. Now, Jada says her and Tupac were never romantically involved, but the way she talks about him makes people think otherwise.
We definitely had this beautiful closeness that was really intimate.
25 of our 30-day intimacy challenge, and we wanted to do a little check-in. Personally, it helped me pursue Daniel more. I just think that becoming a mom, it can be all-encompassing, and it really helped me put my relationship with Daniel back. We're on day 25 of our 30-day intimacy challenge, and we wanted to do a little check-in. Personally, it helped me pursue Daniel more. I just think that becoming a mom, it can be all-encompassing, and it really helped me put my relationship with Daniel back.
But never physically intimate. When you can sit with somebody and really feel like they see you, they understand you, they care about you.
Again, you're just feeling things. There's no way you can verify any of that. That's just shit that's going on in your brain because of the way that this person makes you feel. It has nothing to do with anything that's actually going on. You just feel things. Yet you want it to be real. He understands me, we connected, we're intimate. That's just what you think. You can, again, like what I said stands true. You can do this with anyone. You could feel these things with anyone. But I guess if you're making the argument that who the type of person is that elicits those feelings from you is out of your control, right? But the point is, it's just stuff that you don't understand. It's stuff that's out of your control. It's just you reacting to a feeling. That's it. So I can't take that seriously. It doesn't deserve to be seen as legitimate. You're telling me to respect fantasy, but it is really cool. It's an awesome drug. Like, I can't make drug recommendations. The chemicals. You can love, just like, you gotta know what to do with it. You gotta know how to react to, you gotta know how to handle, you gotta know what to, I guess you can try to treat love as like an infinite resource that you don't try to ritualize. Don't try to make it seem like it's more special than it really is. Just love, just, okay, I have affection towards this thing, okay, it's something that I could just give. Now, you need to understand the extent of what that is, right? You can't just give, and then, because Will Smith, right, other people will take, right? You have to have self-respect, you have to have integrity.
Guys, it's time to leave!
Right, and you have to find people who are worthy of that. Yeah, I guess don't, expectation-wise, try not to go in with that. Let things play out organically. Now, granted, you can't really do that. Everyone's gonna expect stuff from each other because we're gross, right? And it's never really gonna be about connection or like who you are. It's just gonna be random shit. So I can't really tell you anything that's concretely gonna give you just good luck. That's it. Just try to be smart. Try to think about stuff. That's the best thing I could do before you do anything. That's the best thing that I could really, because I can't tell you whether or not it will or Willow.
With my hair, ooh, not with my hair, not with my hair, not with my hair, not with my hair, yeah.
Whether it's what you should and shouldn't do, because it's like, either way you're gonna face suffering. Doesn't matter what you do or don't do.
And they're gonna be there by you no matter what. That was Tupac.
But it's also important to recognize that Jada has been talking about Tupac for years.
That was a huge loss in my life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because he was one of those people that I expected to be here. And my upset is more anger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was beyond friendship for us, you know, as far as just, it's really difficult to explain because the type of relationship we had, you only get that once in a lifetime, so.
Just say that, Benny. Dude, It's you met him at a certain time and place and you did certain things in a certain way. That's that. That's what you mean by it was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I met this person who I saw in this specific way in this specific time of my life, and you apply stuff to it. But it's all meaningless, all of it.
And then as soon as somebody whisper who I was, it's this glare in their eye. You make yourself want that person, you know?
How do you feel about that?
I don't understand how people could stand next to you 1 year, and next year, they cannot stand there. They just going crazy screaming. But just last year, I was in the same club, walking around lonely like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't get a date, couldn't get nobody to dance with me. I was too skinny, too something, and now he's just adorable.
And I'd argue that you're almost like shooting yourself in the foot for the future, because it's like, if you hold on to that, how are you going to build anything else? You're stuck there. Get over it. You need to. These are just like fantasized, romanticized ideas about human interaction or relation. Like, everyone's replaceable, everything grumbles, everything comes and goes, things don't mean the things that you want them to, things just happen. This is her telling herself that this is what it was. If you were to ask Tupac, right, you can't, but like if you did, say hypothetically, would he probably, you get something, whatever it would be. Whether it be, just a friend, I don't know. I just really see her as a little sister or something, that's it. Or, man, I did like her. She was bangable, but I didn't really want to get with her. Or like, it could have been anything. But this is what's real to her, based on crap that's happening up here.
A lot of people try to negate her relationship with Tupac, but it was real, and even people who were close to Pac say that he felt a strong love for her as well.
Jada Pinkett. Jada's my heart, you know what I mean? She will be my friend for my whole life. She can have my one heart, my liver, my lungs,
my one friend.
It's rewind time.
Jada Pinkett. Jada's my heart, you know what I mean? She will be my friend for my whole life. She can have my one heart, my liver, my lungs, my kidneys, my blood, marrow, all of that.
She was way more sensual with the way she was describing it.
I mean, it was beyond friendship for us, you know, as far as just...
She will be my friend for my whole life.
Could it just be the way that he just says things? The way that he formulates his sentences? Didn't sound reciprocal to me. It sounded one way. Like, she's a great friend. I fucking love. That's how a guy speaks about a platonic friend. Damn. That would have been very interesting, that timeline.
But if you compare the way she talks about Will versus Pac, it starts to seem like Tupac truly captured her heart, and Will could never live up to those standards.
So then don't try. Screw him. Be your own person. Be better. Like, do your own thing based on what you feel and what you want. I mean, like, understand, get things that want things that are better than this.
What made you fall in love with him?
I would say Will came at a time in my life where he saw beauty in me that I didn't see in myself at the time. And, you know, he saw a diamond in the rough and he kind of picked me up and blew off all the dust and said, I'm telling you, I'm going to make you shine, girl.
Well, you certainly did, looking at that rock.
Right, exactly.
Had that shit handed to you. And now here you are, speaking about it like it's fucking nothing. Like you're just,
And I was going through a really rough time. And, you know, he created a safe space for me.
Nothing about Will's personality got her to fall in love with him. It was the stability he provided. But even Will admits that he was resentful of Jada's love for Tupac.
Were you ever jealous of the love Jada had for Tupac?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say no.
God, that dude. And you know, and that was in the early days. She just loved him like he was the image of perfection, but she was with the Fresh Prince, you know. So it was like I never could, like, even we were in a room together a couple times. I couldn't speak to him, you know, and you know he wasn't going to speak to me if I wasn't going to speak to him.
Really?
But
He also wrote in his memoir, I hated that I wasn't what he was in the world, and I suffered a raging jealousy. I wanted Jada to look at me like that.
Dude, discard that. Get rid of that. Pull that shit out and kill it, man. Do your own, like, there are so many better people out there.
Can we just be friends?
Oh well, it's plain more fish in the sea for me.
You little dumbass bitch, I ain't fucking with you.
And this is what...
I want to celebrate Christmas with you.
Even Will's daughter was aware of how much Tupac meant to Jada. In 2012, when Willow was 11 years old, she posted a picture of the letter she had previously written to Tupac. The letter read, "Dear Tupac, I know you are alive someplace. I think my mommy really misses you. Can you please come back? Can you come back so mommy and me can be happy?"
Oh, God. My heart. Humans, man. Goddamn.
You didn't have to cut me off. We were nothing.
I wish you were here. I really do. Love, Willow. Many people consider Jada to be toxic, ungrateful, and unappreciative of Will Smith, who is perceived to be a great man.
She's toxic, unappreciative, and ungrateful. But let's see what you have to say.
Father and husband. Some people say Will is a pathetic coward who constantly lets his partner publicly embarrass him.
Yes, both of those are pretty accurate.
Will knew what he was getting into. He knew all about Tupac. He knew Jada didn't want marriage, yet he still pursued it.
Yep.
And she rode for him for more than a decade. Now today, I guess they're separated. I think. They've made it very clear that they are never going to file for divorce, but that doesn't mean that they're still together. Their newfound, confusing life partnership is, well, I don't even think they know what it is. One thing that is very apparent about these two is they use this relationship to prophesize themselves.
Money, influence, that's the only thing that fucking matters, right?
Them opening up about their marriage is somehow seen as more brave and more complicated than any of us since they are rich and famous, which to some degree is true, since millions and millions of people indulge in their marriage. But all this does is 1. Make them more money, and 2. Fill their egos to the brim thinking that they have some divine purpose to open up on behalf of all of the broken relationships and marriages in the world. Ironically, I think most of the people who made it all the way to this point in the video agree that they do not, under any circumstance, want the type of relationship that Jada and Will have.
They do not, but they probably had stuff that's akin to that and even probably worse, and they don't have the stuff to turn back to feel good about and make millions of dollars and have all sorts of opportunity and to be able to do anything at any time in their life. So those people are a little bit, now granted subtext context, but like those people, even if you had this exact same scenario, the exact same people, but you put them just no influence, no money, those people would still be worthy of slightly more sympathy than these guys, all right? Now, there's still fault, it's still culpable, still on them, but like, when you look at the environment, when you look at everything going on, it's like, all right, I get it. But these fucking motherfuckers, no. Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, that's always what it's about, right? This animalistic species that just does stuff. Have a good rest of your whatever it is.